Now, this was my fourth video that I put up for COSM, and this is going to be maybe my last update on ticker symbol COSM. And the most recent video is talking about a stock that I pre-ordered, of course, based off of the title, but as well as ticker symbol COSM, the new acquisitions they have coming up, and all of the good stuff that the company has done to improve themselves. And a lot of shareholders may have just felt cheated out. And I'm going to talk about it. So of course, just to disclose, this is a sponsored video, but I don't sugarcoat things. So we are going to cover what happened with COSM, and this isn't a biased opinion. I'm going to be legit. If you keep up with my channel, you know we track short squeeze plays, you know we track long-term plays, and you know we cover the overall stock market. COSM dropped 45%. Almost 50%, trading at $1.90 after this sideways channel. Now, a sideways channel, technical wise, of course, could break higher or lower. We all expected it to break higher just based off of several different aspects. Aspects being it being put in a major index, institutions going long instead of short on the play. In fact, all of them taking very, very large long positions and nobody going short the stock anymore. The company going positive, the company opening up several more acquisitions, as well as a ton of other positive catalysts. So why did this happen and what is to come? Cosmos Health Inc. shares are trading lower by 17.3% to $2.05 Thursday morning after the company priced its $5.25 million registered direct offering and concurrent private placement at a combined price of $2.48. The registered direct offering to institutional investors consisting of 2.1 million shares of common stock and common warrants is for the purchase of up to 1.9 million additional shares. The unit price is $2.48 with warrants exercisable at $2.75 per share for 5 years from issuance. Now, as this does seem bad, as they did just drop shares on shareholders and investors in the company, before we get into the problem with this, I'm going to touch on the positive note that the company expects to use the net proceeds from the offering for working capital, general corporate purposes, closing previously announced acquisitions, and funding future potential acquisitions. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is because, yes, it's bad if you are focusing on the stock in the short term. However, this is not a short-term play anymore. Ticker symbol COSM is no longer a short-term play. In fact, the news that just came out is probably more so an over-exaggeration. And here's why I think if you didn't get in yet, there is a huge spot for a gain here. But before we get into that, this is the problem, right? A registered direct offering, or RDO, is a public offering of securities that is sold on best efforts basis rather than on a firm commitment basis by placing agent that is engaged by the issuer to introduce the issuer to potential purchasers. The purchaser buy the securities directly from the issuer. Okay, so the problem with this is that they sold the stock at $2.48. Meanwhile, shareholders were holding the stock at $3.35. So basically, if you held the stock, you got your valuation cut. In other words, it's not like, okay, this is a price target that an analyst give. Whatever, forget about the price targets. It's more than that. It's more so the insiders of the company telling you that your shares aren't worth market value, which definitely could hurt some retail investors. COSM has tracked with several other different plays like MMAT, XELA, Mullen, Sundial, the list goes on, and you can see that they are all scaling up slowly at this time frame, just like COSM was supposed to do, except it got a negative catalyst. But this brings me to a stock that is very similar, and that is ticker symbol BBIG. I wanted to talk about ticker symbol BBIG right now. And the reason for that is because it's playing out very similarly per se to ticker symbol COSM, especially in the sense of the cycles, right? We're not talking about cycles necessarily with ticker symbol COSM, but pay attention to what we have drawn out in the red. It looks very similar to what COSM is traded at. And I wanted to specifically touch on BBIG, Vinco Ventures. It recently just had a 49% drop. The same exact drop as ticker symbol COSM, and you can see it right here. This is almost identical to the same exact drop, and it was an overreaction. It was a very undervalued moment for BBIG, and following that up, it rose 166%. Current market value right now, it rose higher than that, nearly 200%. So what I want you to note is even if shareholders got cut that 50%, they are now up an additional 115%. If you just held through. I'm not telling you to hold through. I'm not telling you to buy. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not a financial advisor. But what I want you to know is that shareholders may feel some type of way about ticker symbol COSM, but they did it for the benefit of the company for the long term, institutions are holding a fuckload of ticker symbol COSM, a lot of COSM. There's not shorts in the play, at least to a substantial degree, or anything to pay attention to. At this point, algos are just holding it at a very, very low valuation. And even though this happened, this negative catalyst happened, there are still many other positive catalysts to outweigh this, including the CEO buying at a much, much higher price. And I just want you to know, if you are a shareholder, I wouldn't worry. And if you're not a shareholder yet, this could be a play that could gap up. And I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not putting a bias, but with the market ripping, with these small mid-cap plays ripping, this goes through the same exact cycles, and the negative catalyst just put a tamper on things, just like it did to BBIG. And BBIG has made that gap up. This is only one example. APE, ticker symbol APE, AMC's preferred equity unit, dropping 63% and then rising 126%, very similar to BBIG, but a little bit later, which definitely is something I expect to see with COSM personally. Now, this of course did have a catalyst, but it didn't need a catalyst. What's happening right now, in my opinion, is the bigger entities are setting up to save short sellers and make institutions some money on these pumps, because ultimately short sellers are getting depleted by the market rallies, and it is now currently short squeeze season. You saw APE rise 120% following that up, as well as BBIG, but AMC as well, a perfect 100% rally, as well as XRP. We talked about it in the last video I uploaded, so if you guys didn't see that, make sure to go watch that before Monday market opens. But it's not only APE and AMC, it's also multiple other plays. It's not only BBIG, it's not only COSM that's probably going to have this. DWAC as well, ticker symbol DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, had a gap up 100%, the same exact rally that's happening on multiple stocks. And what's funny about this one, actually, I don't want to get caught on it too long. We had the cycles drawn out for a gap up here, and it played out. What's going to happen? This is going to come back down and base and play out this cycle unless there is going to be an algorithm break, which we're going to talk about in the next video, and that is for AMC ultimately. But not only that, we're seeing it every single day. COSM is just a little bit behind. We saw it in BGLC as well. 155% gain, which was called out in Discord by @1DeWatt, so shout out to him. If you guys want to know the next play that is going to pump, because we already know it in Discord, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. Plus, we have options trading alerts in there and more, so make sure to pop in the Discord. But this is just my quick update on ticker symbol COSM, and may or may not be my final one. I will be talking with the company more about this catalyst, more about what they have going forward, and I may update you guys even further. That is it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to check all the links, guys, and give me a message that you want me to forward over the management team of COSM. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed your weekend. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.